There's the big dog. He certainly's got to break out of that little slump he's been in the last 3 games.
Speaking of injuries, Brian Evans coming back off a shoulder separation. Indiana just got back Todd Leary off a knee injury. He played very well over the weekend, and we are set to go. Lindemann jumping center against Robinson, Indiana basketball.
Lindemann only got 6 minutes of action against Michigan. He was ineffective. Watch the action away from the ball, the screening, the cutting.
Tried to loop it low to Lindemann, and that's been a problem all year for Indiana. Turning the basketball over.
Reading and anticipating the move and making the cut is something that Bobby Knight's concerned about with Lindemann on the interior.
So Martin comes outside from his forward spot. They don't look to Brantley for scoring much unless he can get in there. Missed the shot after a great drive, but out-hustled everyone for the rebound.
He's a rebounder, role player, plays on the interior. Blocks some shots, Brantley.
Robinson had it blocked by Lindemann. Lindemann with a long rebound.
Waddell's been really on fire. 14 for 22 in his last 2 games.
Bailey slashing toward the lane but comes up short.
Multi-dimensional Mr. Robinson.
Both teams may be a little tight early. Waddell leans into one, blocked by Evans. And look at the battle for the basketball. Jump ball, Evans and Waddell. Possession arrow will give it to Purdue.
You know, here's an example of great defense by Indiana, but penalized on that rule that I cannot tolerate. There's the block shot, and now we watch hustle, but because of the possession, it goes over to Purdue. I hate that rule. I'd rather see the officials throw the ball up in the air.
They're not very good at it, but I agree with you.
The human error is part of the game. There's that motion game. They're going to run at Robinson, make him give the ball up.
Robinson leans into a jumper, can't hit it.
Roberts
rebound for Henderson, who's the #1 rebounder in the Big Ten.
Roberts had the wide open shot because of the double team on Robinson.
Purdue is 0 for 5 so far, and Indiana gets on the board first. Damon Bailey with his first 2.
He moves so well without the basketball, Mike. He cuts well, he reads the screen. Excellent motion without the ball by Bailey.
Brantley wide open from 15. The rebound to Henderson as Robinson mistimed his jump.
Henderson becoming a real Windex man at 16, big off the glass against Michigan.
Had 10 games this year where he's had more than 10 rebounds. Evans can't find it.
Nice curl move by Evans, though, to get free.
Nice pass from Waddell to Brantley, but he can't handle it.
Rhythm really not there right now for Purdue offensively.
Henderson, Robinson reached in, nearly got the steal.
He would have dunked it and this place would have exploded. They like to reverse the ball, Indiana. Pass, go away.
Bailey, tough shot. Didn't get the roll. Henderson!
What an offensive rebound by Henderson. He was #2 in high school. To the big dog, to Glenn Robinson for Player of the Year. Come on, Gene, smile. It's early right now, Gene. There's the drive by Bailey. That's why he's averaging 25 a game. Now here comes Henderson working on the interior. He's got great inside position. There's the second effort. Robinson's out of the play, gets the conversion, and gets fouled.
And Brantley picks up the personal. Henderson already with 3 rebounds in this game in less than 3 minutes.
What a confrontation in high school. Everybody had to build up. Robinson against Henderson. And Robinson won Mr. Basketball and really dominated in the state championship from Gary Roosevelt High School.
5-0 Indiana. Console Martin. And Purdue as cold inside as it is outside.
You know what, Purdue right now, a little cold. Indiana's really struggled in their last 2 games to start a game. Right before
pass by Evans. Robinson. And he's fouled by Brian Evans.
The last 2 games, Indiana has really struggled out of the gate, but has come on strong in the second half. They were 15 down against Michigan. They were down in that game you had.
Down
Iowa.
11 against Iowa.
And then came back in that second half. There's the general. He was in a golf mode today. I was worried he's going to hit me with a left hook and knock me down last time I met him. I mean, he sent me to the deck. But it was a lot of fun. It was down there doing the Blue Chips movie. He was in a golf mode. Should have heard all the golf stories he was laying on us today.
I don't know, with a wind chill of 60 below, maybe golf stories aren't terribly appropriate today.
He said he gets up 5:45 and plays golf every day at 6 a.m. during the off season.
He's dreaming like the rest of us.
Got a handicap of 6.
Robinson hits both free throws. Purdue finally scores at the 16:54 mark.
Full court pressure with Robinson up at the point of his own trap with his quickness and size.
Leary had to pick up his dribble.
Oh, good job, though. Moving the ball down the sideline against the trap.
Lindemann, great bounce pass to Henderson.
What a clinic in how to move the basketball. Make the extra pass, trademark in Indiana, and get the high percentage shot.
That's a 7-foot sophomore making the perfect pass for the assist.
He's got some good skills. I really believe he can be a player with a little more experience.
Evans playing the passing lane, gets a hand on it, knocks it out of bounds.
I know you liked him against Iowa in that second half.
He was terrific, had 5 blocked shots, played very, very well. And look at this, 3 out of 6 for Indiana. Purdue having a shutout tossed at them.
That looks like my shooting, 0 for 7.
No, you're not that good. It's a jumper by Brantley.
They get the ball inside to Brantley. BB was out here early working on his touch. He's excited about the matchup.
Now, he only averages 6.9 points a game. It may be telling that he has the only field goal so far.
There's Indiana with their spacing, moving the ball.
Henderson will normally make that shot, hustles for his own rebound.
Mike, we talk about spacing. Watch Indiana, always 15 to 17 feet apart, so you can't give help defensively.
Evans, great pass to Lindemann.
What a clinic. The high-low entry, good inside motion.
Right now, Indiana's passing game is on fire, 9-4.
So tough to defend out of a man-to-man, but that's the trademark of Purdue.
Robinson for 3, he has great range.
He didn't miss anything yesterday at practice. He was on fire. There's a look at it, going to a different look now out of their pressure.
He is already 4th all-time with 90 3-point shots. Bailey misses the run, got his own rebound and scored.
That's how he scored big in high school, to score over 3,000 points around the basket. The all-time leader scored in the history of Indiana high school basketball, Damon Bailey. Changing their looks out of their pressure after a score.
Robinson will try another three. Evans with a long rebound.
He's 3 for 17 in the last 3 games on the three-point line. He likes to play on the perimeter. I'd like to see the big guy go inside a little bit more and use his great power and strength around the basket.
What did Patrick Ewing say John Thompson told him? You get paid from the inside out. 2 fouls now on Brantley.
Gene Cady, 3 Big Ten championships. Did a solid job for 2 years at Western Kentucky.
Purdue has hit only 1 of 9 field goals so far, but Indiana, Dick, beating that press.
We see a 2-2-1 press. Watch them right here. They got a 2-2-1 alignment. Indiana is going to beat that pressure up the sideline. Right here. We bring it to the sideline. Now freeze it. Right there. Now here's where you want the ball. Here, and then to the layup right here. And you're going to get the layup inside. Great execution up the sideline. Reverse it to the box for the layup to Henderson.
Leary misses the 5-footer from the baseline.
He's a good shooter. Had 16 points in the second half against Michigan. His career high, coming off with a knee injury.
Jennings and Standback are in the ball game for Gene Cady. He has a deep team this year.
Standback can get on the offensive boards.
Waddell. His first 2 in the lead is cut to 2.
Nice little move up on top. Waddell can shoot the rock.
He's been so much better this year with Porter Roberts in as a point guard.
They're trying to run that 2-2-1 to take Indiana out of their rhythm of a half-court offense.
Leary, wide open jumper won't go. Robinson out rebounds Lindemann.
He's so quick to the ball, Robinson.
Purdue with a chance to tie or take the lead.
Drop it inside to Robinson. Posted on a box. They had him in a lane. Look at Henderson really denying it. He's got it in deep.
Robinson turns away from the pressure and scores.
Nice feel. He anticipated well. As Clark has said, he has the whole package, baby. There's the 2-2-1 just to get you out of a rhythm. UCLA for years used to utilize that 2-2-1 and then fall back into man-to-man.
Tied at 11. Leary dribbles through the defense, got it to Lindemann, and he walked.
I'll tell you, that pressure, even though it's token pressure, is annoying Indiana's rhythm of their half-court game.
Did you see what Bob Knight said? Go ahead and shoot it. You don't have to pass it to the 7-footer from 1.5 feet away and make him have the turnover. Go ahead and shoot it.
Especially you're wide open like that, you got to knock that shot down, and Indiana's got kids that can shoot the basketball.
Herb Dove, number 21, is in for the first time for Purdue.
Tenacious defensive player, Dove.
And Bob Knight immediately gets Sharon Wilkerson, who's a very quick backcourt player for Indiana. He'll come in at the next break.
He's got a great future. Wilkerson, we see him on the floor. Excellent passer, good athlete.
Waddell tries one from the baseline. Henderson with another rebound. That's 5. Stolen by Robinson!
No, that was
excuse me, that was Jennings.
Jennings, the athlete. Yeah, Jennings makes the steal. Sensational play.
Tremendous defensive play by the sophomore.
Jennings got excellent vertical jump, a super athlete. What recovery defensively by Waddell. Great recovery in the secondary line of the defense.
Dick, they had a 3-on-1 and Waddell covered up.
Watch Waddell recover. Now watch this hustle. Bailey's going to kick it to the right, and there's the hustle. Recovery. That's what we talk about, the secondary line of the defense recovery.
Tied at 13 with 12:24 to go. First half of play from West Lafayette, Indiana.
Robinson likes to use that spin move inside. We call it a single reverse drop step.
That's a tough pass and off the hands of Ian Stanback.
You know why Purdue's a better club, Mike? They really can go to their bench. For guys like Dove, they can bring on a floor, guys to help them in terms of stand back. These guys played a lot of minutes in the past, and now they're coming off the bench. McNary doesn't play a whole lot, was a starter earlier in his career.
Especially if you want to press full court, Dick.
There's that 2-2-1. I think that's a good maneuver by Katie. You must break up the rhythm of the Indiana passing game.
And keep in mind that Indiana has turned the ball over so many times this year.
I think this club has flat out overachieved. I think it's one, as Rick Pitino said, super jobs Knight's doing because they don't have a great athletic team. I mean, you don't have Cheney and Graham and Reynolds and Nova.
Henderson baseline jumper, and Henderson is doing the job for Indiana. 9 points, 5 rebounds.
Up in the sky, baby. He can really skywalk. Mr. Jennings with his 37-inch vertical leap.
A USA Today All-American out of Grand Rapids, Michigan, and Lindemann comes back the other way.
Lindemann says, I don't get high, but you know what? My 2 counts the same as your 2, baby.
7 feet, you don't have to. Robinson tries to save. Henderson picks it up.
Evans cannot even lift his shoulder. He's got a dislocated right shoulder. Yes, they wanted to walk there. No. Good call by Timmy Higgins, outstanding official.
Bailey goes down the lane. Offensive foul.
Purdue rotates over, takes the charge. Yesterday in practice, Bailey, Evans, and Leary could not work out. And Indiana had a very, very just relaxed practice walkthrough.
We've got a timeout. Justin Jennings is given Purdue a lift.
He's up in heaven. Look at him fly.
11:04 to go. First half of play. Indiana by 2 over Purdue. How important is this ball game? Well, it's for at least a share of first place in the Big Ten. Indiana, the only remaining unbeaten team after they knocked off Michigan this weekend. Wisconsin dumped Purdue, gave the Boilermakers its first loss. And here's the all-time titles in the Big Ten. Indiana and Purdue, the top 2. And Indiana leads by 1. Bob Knight coached 11 of those 19.
Mike, you got to win on your own turf in the Big Ten. This game, I really think, is big for Purdue. They must win here.
Conzo Martin back in the ballgame. Link Darner is in for the first time. He's number 30.
So Indiana's got a nice win already on the road. They've been playing well tonight. He wants some PT. He doesn't want to sit next to the general like he did against Michigan. Doesn't want to be an assistant coach at 7 feet. There's Indiana with the passing game now.
This is Steve Hart, a cat-quick freshman.
He's got great athletic ability. He means he can run, he can jump, he's super quick.
Bailey with an air ball from 6 feet.
What a year he's had scoring. I believe he's averaging right now about 13 shots a game, scoring 24.5. That means every time he shoots the ball, Mike, he's worth almost a deuce.
Gets the most out of it, doesn't he?
That's because he goes to that foul line, which is big here tonight. And Purdue's done an excellent job thus far keeping Indiana away from the foul line.
Shot clock at 3. Wilkerson, that would have been 5 points if it goes.
Hey, poor job executing right there by Indiana. Certainly Bobby Knight not happy with that execution, wants motion.
Shot clock violation gives the ball to the Boilers. Exactly 10 minutes to go in the half. Turnovers so far, Indiana, as they have all year, getting the worst of them.
That's not his range right there, stand back. He's an offensive rebounder.
And he gets the personal foul here.
Bradenton, Florida, along with Purdue. Purdue and Florida.
Porter Roberts back in for Justin Jennings. Dick, this is the most athletic Purdue team I have seen in years and years.
Well, they certainly were excellent in '88. They had Everett Stevens and Troy Lewis and Todd Mitchell in that company. That was a great team, 29-4.
Todd Foster in for the first time, and he picks up his foul, his first.
Mike, you look at the statistics, and it just blows my mind. You look at Indiana, they have made 320 free throws, and the opposition has only shot 262. Indiana's attempted 425 in 12 games. That's incredible.
Correction on that last foul was on Link Garner and not Foster.
That line because of cutting, screening, and driving.
Graham looking for his first point. Hart can't penetrate. Excellent defense by Purdue.
Good double up on Graham.
Wilkerson will try a three from the top of the key.
That really happened because Graham quickly got rid of the ball against the double team and reversed it.
Garner, who has good outside range, misses there. Stand back with an offensive rebound.
That's what he does so well. He can really get on the offensive glass. Look at that defense right out front. Look at that defense. I mean, I love it. Look at him digging in.
Wilkerson barely got away from Roberts, and Purdue will get the ball back.
Roberts is superb defensively, Mike. We talk about Corey Beck and Derek Phelps being the two best defensive guards in America at North Carolina and Arkansas. Roberts could be right there with both guys.
Wilkerson picks up his first. 4 team fouls against Purdue, 3 called against Indiana. Garner comes out, and Matt Waddell checks back in for Gene Katie.
Garner, another kid with loads of experience in the past, now coming off the bench. Really bumping, trying to get very physical with Robinson, chasing him to the perimeter.
Evans is on him now. He'll try another three. Now it's 1 out of 3 from long range.
Not a good shot. That's a forced shot. You're a superstar, you're a PTPer, and you're an All-American. You got to take better shots. And that's why he shot 5 for 26, Mike. It's not that he's not talented. He has to have better awareness as to what is a good shot.
Sharon Wilkerson picked up the personal for shoving underneath.
Well, they missed him. He was wide open, Robinson. Made a good move to the basket.
Came back, had it stripped. Hart, 2 on 2. 2 follows by Lindemann, won't go. Great hustle, but no shot.
At least he's showing some aggressiveness. Inside-outside action, screen away from the basket. Ball. Forcing Robinson to play on the perimeter.
Touch shot over Evans. Loose ball, put back up and in.
That's where Robinson's got to play, on the interior.
Glenn Robinson has 9. Indiana's lead down to 1.
There's no question he can shoot the 3, and I really believe he's much more effective if he starts inside and then works himself outside.
Contact, offensive foul.
What an excellent job defensively by Purdue. Good rotation. They come over, take the charge on Graham. Super job with help on defense.
Pat Graham picks up the personal. 20-19, Indiana by 1.
One of the things they like to do, watch right here, we got Mr. Robinson. And they're going to force him, Evans is, to go to the perimeter. Now watch how they'll bump on him. We'll see him right here. Freeze him. See right here. They're chasing him. Great job defensively here. And they're chasing Robinson out to the perimeter. They want to get him outside. Now watch him right out here. They come up. Freeze it right here. Look at that defense right here. Excellent defense. Here's Robinson. Great job by Evans to get right up on him. And now they're going to make him take the jump shot. And that's why in the last 3 games, he was 21 for 68, 3 for 17 from three-point range. He's got to go inside. Screen roll. Likes to play out here. He can handle the rock, no doubt about it.
Got to the baseline this time. Trying to get Evans in the air. Contact, but no whistle.
He's a super talent.
Evans reaches across and will pick up the personal this time.
He's going to have people run at him down in the boxes inside, but I think that he can get people in foul trouble, and then he could step out off a screen and shoot his jumper. But he's forcing some shots, trying to make the play happen too quickly.
16 fouls against Indiana. They'll be in the bonus after the next one. And now Henderson, with Evans having 2 fouls, is out on Mr. Robinson.
Evans really. Henderson not showing any effects of that knee surgery, an ACL.
Robinson actually playing point guard right now, and I don't think that's what Gene Katie wants.
Well, they allow him the freedom. They give him freedom to express himself anywhere he wants, really on the floor. Gets called for a foul right there, a little push. Good call.
Picks up his first, and it was an obvious push to get free.
Watch the little push right here. Henderson digging it up defensively. He says, you can't do that to me. He said, I'm not going to let you get away with that. And neither is the official. But he says, this is my house. This is the big dog's house. He loves that nickname. He said he loves the nickname the big dog better than G-Rob, G-Man. When you're as good as he is, you call him anything he wants to be called.
Damon Bailey back in the ball game as Indiana needs some scoring punch after a drought of 450.
Indiana, better second half team.
Henderson is the leading scorer with 9. Foul on his own shot.
Noah blocks him out. Henderson showing good quickness to the goal. I really think Indiana would have really had a great chance to be national champs if he were healthy last year.
11.6 rebounds. He's had 10 double-doubles this season. He may get one in the first half. Long-range jumper won't go for Porter Roberts.
Neither club shooting well from the perimeter. This guy can shoot the ball.
Nice pass to Henderson. Got it. He's fouled.
What strength Henderson showed there to convert that. I have never seen him play with so much emotion.
Nice pass from Pat Graham.
Pat Graham with the fundamental good look. Mr. Basketball. There's Graham. He's had so many injuries in his career. He dumps it down. Now, he had to be super strong right here to convert that. I have never seen the emotion that we're seeing tonight out of Henderson. Comes from a great family. A dad, a doctor, went to Breeboff. Mom, an educator. 13 points, 6 rebounds. Those are Clark Kellogg numbers when he played at Ohio State.
And it was a big foul, too, because it was there's Lindemann with a follow.
Hey,
Robinson's second personal foul.
Lindemann makes Gene Katie throw that jacket off.
26-19. One for 3.
Purdue's been winning those close games. They beat Seton Hall in a real nail-biter. Then they beat Northwestern on a jump shot at the buzzer by Mr. Robinson.
Jennings checks back in, and Robinson will have to sit down. You know Gene Katie doesn't want him to get that 3rd foul.
He wasn't happy with the way Robinson was getting back defensively in their last game. He'll let you know about it, too, if he's unhappy. I'll guarantee you.
Wow, with the leaner and the foul.
Everybody's got the new thing now. Everybody wants to bump each other. Waddell with the big conversion. I met his lovely girlfriend before the game, and his dad, who's a coach. There he's flying, leaning, and his girl says, that's my guy, Waddell.
Pat Knight, who just checked into the ball game, gets his first foul.
Last year he played a lot of point guard slot. He's much more comfortable playing that second guard with Roberts at the point.
Waddell, who's nearly a 72% free throw shooter, completes the three-point play.
There's a double dribble. They missed the double dribble.
They must have ruled it was knocked loose, but I think you're right.
I mean, I'm blind in one eye and I can't see, but I'll tell you, I thought it was a double dribble. I'm going to be a referee, put a zebra shirt on.
I'm not that.
Henderson really active, moving well without the ball.
Bailey tried to dribble through a double team. Lindemann, the touchdown jumper. There's Henderson again.
I mean, he's been a monster on the glass tonight. Look at him running around, showing a lot of excitement. He's going to be the 3E man tonight. Exciting, enthusiastic, and energetic. There's Henderson. Watch him sneak in, number 44. Look at him on the offensive board. He said, I want this one. I'm taking a rock up, baby. He gets fouled.
7 rebounds in the first half for Henderson, 4 of them on the offensive glass.
How could you not get excited for something like this? I mean, this is incredible. All day long, the build-up, the electricity in the field house.
Don't ask me. I don't know anybody who couldn't. Henderson, 15 first-half points. The lead is 6.
Martin has really been quiet. He's been an outstanding player all year. Shoots the ball well. He's their best defensive player. They've done a great job wrapping up.
Been held scoreless tonight, Dick, and he averages 15.5 points a game.
He's got to get active. He's a key for Purdue. You're going to get your points out of Robinson. Martin's got to give him some production.
Jennings.
Not a good shot. Martin's got to get a little more active and want the rock. Indiana likes to drive, especially Bailey in an isolation.
And we've got Jennings with a hold inside, trying to double up on Henderson. 1 on Justin Jennings. At the end, we'll have a chance to shoot the bonus.
The lack of a 5-second count this year helps a guy like Bailey who likes to drive with the basketball. Look at Henderson inside. He's trying to get position. They got him with a hold right there. Oh, yes, they got Jennings. He had wrapped around him. He's holding him. Look at the left arm. He's all around him. You can't put the arm around him. Good call. I mean, he was going to take him in a takedown, a little wrestling match. A little Bruno Sammartino.
I haven't heard that name for a long time.
Antonio Rocca. You don't remember those guys.
He must go back to Pittsburgh. 4:26 to go first half. Henderson just having a sensational first half of play, 6 of 8 from the field.
He has really responded to the challenge, the notoriety, publicity of Glenn Robinson. We said he was a key player tonight in our opening, but this guy can play. A good ball reversal there. They tried to get the dunk down. They're going to let him shoot. Scouting report says let him stand back, shoot from up on top. Martin's got to get active. Got to want the ball. Konzo. And Henderson playing him now.
With Robinson out of there, here's where the rest of his teammates need to step up. Stand back for 3. Lindemann another rebound.
That was Martin right there. Zoe shot that ball. Number 22 by Konzo. Finally got a shot.
Bailey for 3.
Oh, yes. Damon Bailey. DB. What a year he's having. He's been so maligned. People said he couldn't live up to the expectations. But what a senior year. He has saved the best for last.
He is within 4 of Calbertini as the #1 3-point shooter of all time at Indiana. Stand back hits the baseline jumper.
He's been working on his range. I mean, the book says he's an offensive rebounder. You know, you talk about Bailey, 3,134 points in high school.
And he's trying to rewrite the Indiana University record books as a senior. The 3-pointer by Leary.
Well, Leary could shoot the rock. Remember against Duke in the Final Four? He knocks down 3 threes in about a minute.
Martin trying to become more active.
That's the guy that's got to make it happen. A little post move by Konzo. Too good a player from out of East St. Louis. Played with LaFonso Ellis. They won the state championship.
34-26. Indiana leads with 2:39 to go in the half.
Purdue really hanging in there without any kind of performance out of Martin. And they haven't had a superstar performance out of Robinson.
Ninth baseline jumper won't go.
now excellent passer.
Stand back with the save. Too many passes.
3-on-1. 3-on-1. Got converted.
And Knight is fouled.
Pat Knight goes to the basket. We heard so much criticism over the outburst when at Notre Dame his dad gave him a verbal bashing. But that was pure love. Take a look here. 3-on-1. There it is now. There's the excellent look. Knight with the catch. Takes it up. You know, I heard Joe Paterno on Roy Firestone, and I thought it was an interesting comment. He said, during my career, I've been in a lot of kids' faces. I mean, I've been in their faces screaming and yelling. He said, it's because I care. I love them. I give a darn about them. And that's Bobby Knight. I mean, you take the package for what it is. When he comes out with an outburst against his son, it's because, as he said today, I love my kid.
Well, his son's a player on his team. He's not being treated any differently than the rest of them.
He went to New Hampton Prep. That's a prep school that Lawrence Moulton went to as well, Syracuse.
36-26, Dick, Indiana conducting another clinic.
Mike, watch how Bailey's going to read the screens right here. A double screen. He's going to curl out into this area for a wide open three-point shot. That's Indiana basketball. Double screen, and there's the wide open jumper by Bailey, and he converts. And what a year he is having. Averaging 24.5 his senior year, really reading the screens because he's become the man now that Calvert Cheney is down in Washington.
Of course, so much was expected of Damon Bailey. I think a lot of people in Indiana thought he'd come in and average 24 as a freshman. That was totally unrealistic. Robinson back in the game, trying to make the baseline move, and he stepped on the baseline.
What talent, though. You watch Glenn in practice, and you see this young man. He's the best talent in America.
9 points for Robinson in the first half. Purdue only 1 out of 8 from long range. Here's the steal for Roberts. Almost taken back by Bailey. Good control by Roberts.
Nice heady play. Really intelligent play right there by Roberts. Didn't have the play. Backed it out.
Purdue has hit only 5 of its last 15 shots. Robinson, soft touch there.
He's velvet. He's smooth. He faces really well. He gets in a triple threat position where he can drive, he can pass, take the shot. You know, in all the gimmick defenses, Mike, it's so difficult for a superstar. You can really help them negate him in college.
Henderson, a lot of contact inside.
Robinson is going to be a superstar at the next level.
Lindemann had it knocked away by Robinson. Bailey saves it.
Lindemann posed on that shot.
Pat Graham. Here comes Robinson.
Look how he handles the rock.
There's been some defense play up there tonight.
What a matchup. Henderson hooking up right now with Robinson. A lot of pride at stake for both guys.
Konzo Martin is held.
Konzo's got to really start to get active. Quality player.
Foul on Leary is his first. Hey, here's a smart move by Purdue, getting Robinson out with 42.2 seconds to go so he doesn't get that third foul.
Hey, Mike, as we look at Gene Katie, a big Purdue fan watching tonight, I want to send best wishes for speedy recovery to Peter Boone, outstanding Purdue fan. He's over at Riley Children's Hospital. Peter, we wish you the best, and I know you're cheering. From all of us here at ESPN, we wish you the best as you're cheering on Zoe and all the guys at Purdue.
We're thinking about you, young man.
There's Martin. This is the second. Henderson, another rebound. I mean, get your statistics. I mean, it's unbelievable. You're running down there keeping that stat all day. With
8 rebounds in the first half.
Oh, nice curl move, but they missed. Graham coming off the screen.
Evans stole it back. Henderson didn't want the shot.
Oh, he had it right there.
Tried to lean into one in the lane.
He had the quick little jumper, and he tried to force the action.
Purdue can get the last shot. This is Waddell.
It could be a momentum builder going into the locker room. It could be a momentum builder. Yes, it is! Yes, it is!
Waddell hits the 3 and cuts the lead to 4 points at 36-32. as you can tell, it's been a night of streaks for Purdue. They made their last three, including that big three-pointer by Waddell.
That was a big momentum builder. Uncle Mo went into the locker room on the side of Gene Katie's club. What a job he's done here. Almost every year in a postseason, you think of the record, he's at 8 20-game win seasons, 12 out of 13 years in the NCAA tournament or the NIT.
Indiana's ball as we start the second half.
Franco Bobby Knight's numbers, everybody knows him, and that's why he's in the Hall of Fame with 3 national championships. Nice spin move by Henderson on a baseline.
Henderson with 17 points, the lead back to 6.
Doesn't take any bad shots, Mike. That's another part of his game, shot selection, an understanding of the game.
Martin working outside, throws it away. Good anticipation by Brian Evans.
I'll tell you, we've got to sing some praises. Lindemann inside gave him a strong 20 minutes.
Excellent rebounding and a couple of outstanding passes. Bailey has been very ineffective, and Henderson has really picked it up. Tough shot over Robinson that time and couldn't get it.
He made me look really good there because that was a bad shot. Just talked about his shot selection.
Waddell gets it to Martin.
I think he can be big. That's the player I was talking about in the first half. Zoe Martin. He's too good of a talent, as you said, averaging 15 points a game. He's got to be active in their offense.
He's been held to 5 tonight.
Because he'll help out Robinson. Indiana will pass, they'll go away, or they'll pass and replace themselves, or pass or go through the defense. Watch Henderson. Now he replaced himself. He just stayed up on top.
Evans has the great range on the jumper to Bailey. Shot clock at 6.
Evans made the pass and went away to the side for Bailey.
Shot for Damon Bailey. He now has 9.
He's been making tough shots his entire life. You know, even his first 3 years, didn't have the great consistency, but had some special moments.
Nice screen from Brantley.
But really not the option you want to shoot the jump shot.
Lindemann, offensive foul.
That's the 3rd offensive foul picked up by Purdue. Excellent job at teaching by Gene Katie how to rotate over and give help. Now watch the defense square the body. There it is. Perfect job. Number 42 rotated right over, squared his body. An excellent job by Brantley.
2 of the best coaches in America at teaching defense and taking charges.
No doubt, Mike.
Run tough practices too.
There's that matchup. Watch 44-13. A little switch right there. They had Robinson on the switch.
Martin, he's hit 2 big jumpers in the second half.
Martin has said, hey, I'm going to get involved. And his roomie likes it because he rooms with Robinson. He says, hey, help me out.
Bailey goes baseline. Now, Porter Roberts came up limping on the last possession, and Bailey saw it and took advantage of it.
Just knows how to score.
Martin, nice head fake down to the baseline. He's hit 3 straight.
Where was Zoe? Where was Zoe in the first half?
The crowd on its feet, the lead at 4.
Mackey Hysteria has arrived in West Lafayette.
Bailey, good drive foul by Roberts on the way in.
You know an amazing stat? Think about this. Indiana is averaging 36 attempts a game. Gene Katie worked on practice yesterday trying to keep the Generals team off the free throw line. Indiana in the first half was 5 for 7 on the free throw line.
And they're such a great free throw shooting club.
Better than 74%.
It's unbelievable.
They got some really outstanding shooters who can go to that line, and Graham and Bailey and Leary and Henderson.
There's a lot of teams that would like one guy over 74%. They've got the team over that. That was a non-shooting foul, of course.
Again, over the years, the great programs, Kansas gets beat last night by a gutty play by Bean, but Kansas, and you talk about Duke and North Carolina, that's been trademarks. Make free throws, get to the free throw line, and do a super job offensively executed.
Lindemann low over Brantley, couldn't get the roll. Purdue trying to cut into a 4-point lead. Martin lost the ball, is on fire.
Nice rebound by Evans.
And a technical foul.
Don't need a T right there, Gene. Don't need a T. The club is playing really well. I know he's trying to charge his troops up, upset with a play. but you don't need a technical right there in a game of this magnitude.
And Bailey will go to the line.
Well, he got away with it there. They had the ball, so it doesn't hurt him as much. He scores here. They did have the ball. Look at Gene Katie. What a fighter.
Damon Bailey missed them both.
I mean, how many times that's going to happen?
Tim Higgins wasted no time in ringing up Gene Katie. And you're right, he may have gotten away with it because Bailey missed both the free throws.
And it's got the crowd fired up, so it could be a positive. Listen to this place explode. College basketball, baby, nothing better.
Damon Bailey missed the jumper.
Uh-oh, they knocked one down here. This roof will explode. Oh, what a play. Unbelievable. He's in the zone. He's in the zone, Mike. Zone's in the zone. There's the jumper by his roommate. His roommate shoots the jumper. And his buddy goes up and says, don't worry about it, Rob. I'm going to get it, baby. And there it is. And look at the little dance by Roberts. And the crowd says, we love it. It's going bananas.
Foul on Lindemann, his second. Purdue with a chance to take the lead.
What a second half start by Martin.
Konzo Martin with a dozen.
Look at that emotion. Look at that thrill. They're bumping him out. I mean, they're laying more blocks on him than in an NFL game.
And there was not a timeout. Purdue's team comes onto the floor.
It's incredible. They're so
unreal.
emotional. They're so caught up in it, so emotional.
Somebody needs to tell them there's 16-13 left.
Oh, look at him digging in defensively.
Leary. There's the answer by Indiana.
He's got a beautiful stroke. He can really stroke the jumper.
Henderson and Bailey combine on the steal on the other end. And a blocking foul on top of the bucket.
I thought he got away with a walk. I really thought he got away with a walk. I thought he lifted his pivot foot. Pat Graham, Mr. Basketball. Now watch this here. There's the little lip. No, you know, he kept that pivot foot down, basically.
Go back to the last shot, the one that Leary made. It takes a lot of guts to be on the road with 15,000 people on their feet after they've just taken the lead and come back and take a 17-foot jumper.
I tell you, Leary, though, made those big ones over at when against Duke. That was just unreal when he was knocking those down. He can shoot the ball.
Pat Graham, the #1 free throw shooter in the Big Ten at 91-3, misses his 7th try of the season.
So he missed 3 in a row between Bailey and Graham. As Purdue getting their little offensive set going in motion.
Misses this one. He's only missed 2 shots in the second half.
I really believe Gene Katie got into him at halftime, into the ears of Martin, and said, I want you to shoot the ball. I want you to be active.
Certainly showing that he can do it. Oh, that's a nice pass to Henderson. Robinson all over him. Lindemann got a hand on it, kicked out by Purdue.
Indiana did a great job of getting the ball down inside to Henderson.
Gene Katie questioning the call, is clubbed down by 5. Konzo Martin with 9 points, all of Purdue's points in the second half, and he has 12 for the ballgame. Konzo having a big second half.
He really asserted himself. He's an excellent defensive player as well.
A lot of contact, no whistle, and Purdue's basketball. Robinson wants it. Lost it on the way up. I think the foul will be on Lindemann.
Higgins made the call. He's going to be a tremendous transition player with the 24-second clock up and down the floor. He'll be so explosive. Robinson likes to get out in a break. Look at Gene smiling. Put a little con job. There's the kick out. Martin gives it to his roommate. And they foul him before he gets up to the basket.
Give the foul to Sharon Wilkerson. It's his 3rd.
Good foul. Foul him before he's going to go to the goal to make the shot.
Robinson from
Now, he didn't force that shot. That ends up being a good shot. Not a dribble move, trying to force the shot.
Robinson has 14. The lead is cut to 2, and it's getting extremely physical.
Screen is body well.
Bailey for the run.
I'll tell you, Lindeman's given everything he has. He's really working hard on the inside.
Porter Roberts gets it down to stand back to Martin.
Martin Robinson show, the two roomies out here. Porter Roberts, they want to get a little motion offensively. They want to stand.
Bailey is on Roberts.
Little two-man game on this side. Martin and Robinson.
Henderson nearly got the steal. Robinson down the lane. Contact. No basket and the blocking foul. Pat Graham picks up his second.
Henderson really working hard, trying to be tenacious defensively. He's trying to beat him to the ball, trying to get into denial. Anticipates, gets the deflection. Robinson makes the recovery, and here's Graham rotating over a little bit late.
Great feed inside, but then Lindemann with a block on stand back.
Lindemann getting a lot of playing time, really being active inside.
Everybody stepping up their game.
See, Bailey's on Robinson now. Let's slide inside.
Roberts trying to get on the lane, got caught in the air and had it knocked away. Purdue just can't get over the hump. They get close.
Indiana's got to get Evans some shots. Evans has got to get some shots. 34. He's too good a shooter. Had a big game against Michigan. Big game against Iowa when you have it.
And a travel.
Bobby Knight's getting some workout on that sideline. You got to keep going up and down, up and down. What a workout that is to get up on the court. I'll tell you, he loves the excitement of the game, but it's the final preparation in getting ready for the game that his stomach is all churned up.
And the crowd is all up signaling for a technical to be called on Bob Knight. He's not going to get one there. You saw the turnover story. There's the travel on Robinson.
Well, see, Robinson will get away with that in the future in the NBA. They'll allow that little dance music, a little John Travolta. They're not going to allow it here.
46-44. Indiana by a bucket with 13-13 to go in the game.
They should get a screen for Evans. Evans has been a forgotten man in their offense.
We have not had a point in the last minute and a half. It's probably the most intense, scoreless minute and a half you'll ever see.
Everybody thought there was a mugging from Indiana there.
Waddell.
Oh, nice pass by Waddell.
Martin.
What an excellent look by Waddell. The skip pass, and the bench jumps with jubilation. And Zoe is in the zone.
And Purdue has the lead.
Oh, nice pass by Evans.
Evans to Henderson, missed the shot, but he'll draw the foul from standback.
What created the 45-degree angle and the entry on that pass was ball reversal. Indiana loves to reverse the basketball, and Evans with a good look and the dump down. Watch how they're going to reverse the basketball. They swing it, and then there's the dump down. The entry from the wing into Henderson, who now goes to the line. Part of Indiana's offense is reverse the basketball. If you reverse the basketball, you break down the defense in their help defense.
Henderson with 17 points, 10 rebounds.
Has this lived up to everything that's been built? Everybody has forgotten about minus 60 outside. Look at Indiana on the free throw line.
They are 0 for 4 from the line in the second half. Now this is a team that shoots 74% plus. Could
be that crowd. Boy, that minus 60 wind chill factor is no factor here. Nobody's even thinking about it.
Tied at 47.
Big game for Purdue. Must win at home.
Robinson, a line drive. 3 minutes to do. Herb Dove.
Herb Dove is an athlete. Good defensive player, good legs.
What a time to get your first bucket.
And look at him hustle. Look at what hustle by Roberts. What a defensive dynamo, the little guy from Chattanooga, Tennessee. He's from Chattanooga. I don't like saying Chattanooga because there's too many syllables. Look at his tenacious. Look at the tenacity. Look at the loose ball. Get on it. Get on it. John Madden would love this. Dive for the loose ball. Scratch. Claw. Claw those knees. Mike, hold me down, Mike. I'm too excited, Mike. Hold me down.
You're too far gone for me. Henderson in the lane. Offensive foul.
Oh,
This
is fun, Mike. Look at Henderson, emotional.
It's not fun for Henderson right now or Bob Knight.
There's Henderson now. Watch the feet. Watch the feet. There's the fake. There's the drive. The little jumps. I did not see a walk. I did not see a walk there. Did you?
One official signaled offensive foul. The other signaled travel.
I didn't see a walk.
I didn't see either. The third official and I agreed on that one. Robinson from long range.
I'll tell you, streaky shooter, certainly indicated by 3 for 17 in his last 3 games from three-point range. But he's feeling it.
Biggest lead of the game for Purdue.
14-1. Trying to bounce back after the loss to Wisconsin.
Evans.
Yes.
Shot.
Where has he been? They got to get the rock in his hands a little more, Mike.
First 2 points for Evans, who averages 11.5 a game. Robinson.
Great drop. That is super. That is super. That is what I love to see. What a great one-on-one move. Look at the love. They love the big dog. The big dog shows why he's America's #1 player. Look at the PTP with a change of direction. He says, bring out all of Indiana. He took 3 guys to the goal right there. 3 guys, Mike, he took to the goal.
Robinson draws the 3rd foul on Lindemann.
Look at all these hugs. I can't understand. Why don't you and I hug and bump and all that? I mean, I understand. When it's a great play, I'm going to bump.
Please don't.
I think that's wacky. I think that's wacky. Play basketball, all the hugs and bumps and moves.
You know, this may be for a share of first place in the Big Ten, but more importantly to the kids on this floor and the 14,000 plus in the stands, it's for the championship of Indiana right now.
You got to believe that. Glenn Robinson told us that yesterday. Hey, I want to say get well. I don't see her here tonight. I know she's been under the weather. We usually see her here with that smiling face. Coach Katie's wife. Yeah, I don't see Nobody blocked out.
Justin Jennings.
He's got great legs. 37-inch vertical jump.
A 6-point lead for Purdue. Evans. Tough shot.
All of a sudden, Mr. Evans is involved offensively. Comes up with 2 big baskets. That was a big possession.
Robinson, Herb Dove offensive rebound. Had it knocked away. Boy, we've seen some people fighting and scratching for it.
You talk about physical contact and laying it all out there. These kids are doing that here tonight.
They try the alley-oop, and Henderson with the push. He'll get the foul, and Jennings really upset as he bounced off the floor. Henderson knew he couldn't stop him and just got the push. Watch Jennings get the crowd into it as Purdue leads by 4. Waddell tries it through. Never got set to take the shot.
Evans has become a little bit more involved now in the game. He's got that dislocated shoulder. I would get a little motion going and get Evans some shots.
What bodies flying everywhere. Robinson, nice job on Henderson.
Look at the Evans, get him some shots.
Had the shot, didn't take it. It's a tough shot by Steve Hart, the freshman from Terre Haute. He has 3 and the lead has cut to 1.
They really love Hart. They think he's got a great future. Bobby told us today he's expecting great things in his career.
Robinson blocked by Henderson.
Hart and Wilson played well against Michigan.
Bailey with the pick. Damon has scored only 11 points tonight. Evans. And Indiana regains the lead.
Very tough mentally, down big at Michigan, down big with Iowa. Always find a way to seem to make the big basket. Can't seem to put them away.
Robinson Henderson hacked on the way down the lane.
That's what I'd like to see out of Robinson. Moving a little bit more without the ball. I think the easiest guy to guard in basketball is a guy that doesn't move. But watch Robinson now, number 13. Watch him run the little gut move down the gut of the defense. Very tough to stop when you're moving without the basketball.
17 fouls now on Indiana, so Purdue is in the bonus. The Boilers have committed only 3 in the second half. Back to the original point, Dick, of keeping Indiana off the free throw line. They have done an outstanding job.
I think to beat him, you must do that. You know, talking about Robinson, think about expectations. When you become a superstar like he is, every night he goes on the floor, people want more, and more. And that's the price one pays to be a superstar, whether he's an athlete or whether he's an entertainer.
19 points. Make it 20. The young man who averages 28-2 and leads the Big Ten has given Purdue the lead back.
He was leading the nation last week. There's that tough man-to-man defense by Purdue, giving a lot of help inside.
Henderson somehow got it between all those arms and scored again. He has 20.
I am really impressed with Henderson's development. He's a much more confident player this year than what I saw last year.
He has been terrific tonight.
Well, and that's when you want to get the ball a little quicker.
Double team.
Yeah, but they didn't get it to him quick enough. You got to anticipate that spin post move inside. They dropped it 1 second too late.
Now here's Lindemann left with the ball in backcourt. Bailey has to beat the 10-second line.
That's frustration to a great offensive player when you get free.
8 rebounds for Lindemann.
As Indiana's stretching it out offensively, getting that good space. Look at the back screen they laid for Evans. He was wide open. Hart made a great back screen.
Henderson can't get Robinson to bite.
Watch the screener. He becomes one of the most dangerous guys on the floor.
Shot clock at 2. Evans had to fire it up.
Yeah, not a good shot right there. Had no choice.
Indiana had a shot clock violation earlier in the ball game. Roberts.
Might be a little too quick for Evans out there on the wing.
Roberts for 3.
He was a big-time scorer in high school, had 47 in one game, 1,700 points in his career. He's made the adjustment to be a distributor, but he can hit the open shot.
That's his first 3 tonight and only his 6th of the entire season.
They want him to be a 3D man. They want him to drive, draw, and dish the rock. And now he's playing on a defensive end. Look at him. He wants the challenge of playing Bailey. Bailey's got a lot of poise for his player.
Shot.
Roberts did an excellent job defensively. He's got a trailer.
They don't get the basket, but they will get the foul. Martin will go to the line for a pair.
I'll tell you, he had a trailer, but you got to communicate. He had Brandon Brantley. Give us a big smile, Gene. I'm going to see smiling Gene. See, Martin was ahead of the play in transition, and the trailer's got to yell. I mean, with this crowd, you got to let him know that you're trailing the play. He was right there. Could have reversed it to him.
Martin is 76% free throw shooter, and he'll get a chance to go to the line when we come back. 6:54 to go in the game. It's a 2-point lead.
Robinson's come up big, though. He's made some big baskets. And his presence on the floor frees up guys like, for example, Martin.
Conzo Martin trying to build on a 2-point lead.
Conzo played on some great high school teams out of East St. Louis. He was a sophomore when he played with LaFonso Ellis, who went on to Notre Dame.
2 out of 4 from the line tonight.
They got beat by Wisconsin. Came back strong after losing to Minnesota. Stu Jackson with Michael Finley, one of the most underrated players in America, except for people that know basketball. All right, here's the man-to-man defense. Let's see what Indiana does.
Evans trying to beat Martin. There's the double team. And Evans leans into a tough shot. Fought for his own rebound, and it looks like Lindemann.
See, that's not a shot.
The foul on an 8.
That's not a shot, Mike, within the realm of their offense. That's a forced shot by Evans. Bobby Knight's club usually gets the shot off a screen or ball movement or player movement.
They'll give the foul to Steve Hart instead. He was sandwiched between Hart and Lindemann. And now Purdue in the bonus situation goes back to shoot free throws. with Waddell, who's a 71% shooter.
Mike, if you're going to win your conference, you better protect your own turf. You better win at home. A game at home for Purdue. People, we've heard the last 2 days, we don't get any respect. We don't get the respect Indiana gets. You want respect, you got to go meet the Indianas on your own floor. They've lost 5 of the last 6 years to Indiana.
And you've got to make free throws down the stretch. A 3-point lead. If Indiana can win it at the line, they'd better hurry. They only have 3 team fouls against Purdue.
Waddell did an excellent job rotating over, giving help. Henderson had great position inside. Watch him run the little single reverse. He drops inside. He's got good baseline position. Look at 3 guys. 3 guys surround him, but it was Waddell with the good hands.
Henderson passed on the 3 with Robinson out on top of him.
Robertson's quickness has bothered Bailey. There he is, right up in his face. Look at that defensive stance. Great stance. Good flexion in the knees.
Henderson double team. Lindemann.
Lindemann free on a weak side because of the double team. Lindemann doesn't have long arms. He's not a real true 7-footer. He may be 7 foot in size, and he's also got that big, like the neck and the head, and therefore he loses a couple of inches versus a true 7-footer with the long arms.
He has 9 rebounds tonight. Lindemann on the pass from Bailey, and he is fouled by Brantley.
Lindemann has played very hard. I'll tell you one thing, you can't fault that young man for effort tonight.
Wait a minute, I need to go back.
I know what you're going to think. I know what you're going to think.
To your anatomy lesson where you have the long neck, the long head, therefore you lose a couple of inches on a 7-foot frame.
Well, if you look at the torso.
Thank you, doctor.
You look at the torso of the body, and I'm going to tell you who told me that today, okay? So I'm going to blame him because I'm sitting here saying, I wonder if that's really true. But you know where I got that lesson? I got that lesson today from the doctor of hoopology. I got that from Mr. Robert Montgomery Knight, the general, in breaking down the body. And I will have him sit with you and analyze a true 7-footer.
You think maybe Bobby yanks your chain just every once in a while?
Yeah, I think he does, no question.
Lindemann misses a big free throw. Neither team is cashing in on these opportunities down the stretch.
Man, not making free throws. What it is, Mike, he doesn't have really long arms.
Missed them both. Robinson with a rebound.
Henderson matched up on Robinson. Certainly Robinson will be their first option. Good shot important with each possession now.
Roberts with a miss. Evans, tough rebound.
Good time rebound. At double figures of rebounding Sunday against Michigan. Erie on the floor can hit that open jump shot number 30.
Bailey, you're right about Roberts. He's giving him fits.
Well, he's beating him to the spot.
Nice dish to Lindemann.
I'll tell you one thing. Lindemann will become a player. Sat out last year, was a red shirt.
Last 2 times down, they have looked for the big guy who has 8. The lead is 1.
They're ready for a nail-biting, nail-ox finish. Churning, stomach time. You think it's churning like Katie at night? That's where he's dynamite. He gets the ball inside to that baseline. Robinson's automatic.
He has 22.
There's some real fierce contact inside.
Henderson, nice feed from Bailey.
What a great 2-man play right there. Bailey and Henderson, a little 2-man game, 2-on-2. You got to know your combinations now. You got to know your options. Shot selection becomes mandatory. Good shot selection.
The lead back to 1 as we approach 4 minutes. Robinson. Boy, and a big clear out there, and the foul will be on Standback. He was the one who cleared out.
Yeah, Timmy Higgins caught him with that little push-off. Gene Katie's often talked about Sidney Moncrief as a great offensive rebounder when he was an assistant at Arkansas, and he said Standback is the next best offensive rebounder that he's been around as a coach in his
4
career.
on Ian Standback. Indiana with a chance to regain the lead, 4:07 and counting.
Execution, watch the action away from the ball. Screening, movement without the ball. That's been a nice horizontal screen on a baseline by Lindemann's really laying some screen. I can't call him slow screen 45 yet.
Evans with a lean in, won't go, knocked out of bounds, out to Indiana.
That was an excellent move by Evans because he's a left-handed player, curling and coming down the lane.
Timeout, 3:49 left. It's a 1-point game.
Watch Henderson right here, how he's going to get great position, but Bailey steps out. Henderson's such a heady, bright player. Watch it right down to the box. Freeze it. Look how he has inside baseline position right there, and he goes right to the baseline, and he goes up with the score. Such a bright young man, makes good, intelligent decisions on the floor, Henderson.
Evans, the rebound to Robinson.
That was a big-time rebound. I mean, he just pulled that away, Robinson.
Purdue is coming off its only loss of the year against Wisconsin.
That's why this game becomes big to him, bouncing back after an L.
Indiana, of course, the only undefeated team left in the Big Ten, 3-0 in the conference.
Bobby Knight not happy with the rule playing Sunday and Tuesday. Really upset. With a little oratory about it today.
Shot clock at 7. Waddell against Leary, leans into one. Henderson, the block from behind.
Uh-oh.
Couldn't save it.
Great effort, though. Super effort. I'll tell you, there's no tentativeness with that knee. Now we're going to watch the deflection. Waddell, and there goes Henderson with the rejection.
He was so aware that Waddell was going to have to shoot it.
But he couldn't get control of the ball, but he came over. Good rotation, long arms by Henderson.
3 minutes to go in the game.
Waddell's capable of hitting that big perimeter shot.
Robinson with position, backs out. And Bailey with a rebound. Henderson has 3 blocks tonight to go along with everything else.
It's interesting to see who's on the floor now, coming down the stretch of crunch time. Leary's out there, laying with a little bad knee. Oh, what a nice look.
Henderson with a miss, but Lindemann tips it in.
Lindemann hanging around, little garbage time. Upper Peninsula, Michigan. Didn't play against a whole lot of big people.
He has 10 points, and Indiana has regained the lead.
Quieted down Martin. Indiana switching at the interior with Henderson switching all over on the floor.
Martin didn't get it. And the foul as Lindemann has Brantley come over his back.
Indiana doing an excellent job defensively, making Purdue shoot jump shots. The last 2 possessions, Purdue, jump shot, jump shot, jump shot. Now we're going to watch the play. Now watch Lindemann. Look at the great inside position, number 50. Almost got a little push with his left hand.
Brantley was the man he beat on the offensive boards, and then Brantley commits his 5th personal foul at the other end. Brantley fouls out of the ball game. Ian Standback will come on for him. It's a 1-point Indiana lead with 2:11 to go.
Standback with a host of experience. What a big win this would be for the Hoosiers if they were ever to win this on the road. Having road wins at Iowa and Purdue this early would put them in a driver's seat.
They have beaten Purdue 5 of the last 6 times they've played.
G. Katie needs excellent defense right here.
And the rebound to Roberts. Had the open shot.
I like Roberts. Very heady, quick, good defensive player. Well, here's where the big dog's going to have to take over.
With Bailey on him. Now they switch. Robinson leads into a double team. Did not get the bucket, but will go back to the line.
Smart basketball by Robinson. Sliding into the post. The little head fake frees him. Makes him go to the free throw line. And now he's got to convert on that line.
Foul was on Brian Evans, his 3rd.
I mean, here's a Hall of Famer. You talk about winning 3 national championships, and you better believe what makes him such a fierce winner is his competitiveness that Knight has.
From now on, every foul will be a 2-shot foul. Indiana over the limit of 10. And Purdue has hit 5 out of 6 from the line in the person of Glenn Robinson.
He's a pretty good shooter on the line. He's shooting 79%.
And has 23 points.
I just think he's fantastic, Mike. I really think that we're looking at the making of an unbelievable superstar for the next level.
Purdue regains the lead, 1:25 left.
And the crowd stands up. I mean, they're getting into it. Now, if you're Indiana, Bailey on a drive, Henderson with maybe a little post move.
This is everything we had hoped for and more.
Lindemann's not the guy you want to shoot it.
Evans, great feet inside. inside and the foul. But that's going to put Lindemann at the line. It's the last guy you want there.
Well, he made the nice screen and roll, but in that sequence, when you look at Indiana, he's like their fourth option, but they ran an excellent screen and roll. He'll grow up real fast, get some experience going to the line right here. Look at Indiana for the season versus tonight. Unbelievable.
And Lindemann has missed a couple.
He gets the roll.
Bounce.
Wow. He gets the Calvert Chaney roll. That's only supposed to be for stars.
11 points, 11 rebounds tonight for Lindemann. Approaching career highs in both. And after you get the bounce, you make the nice smooth stroke on the next one.
And he looks so calm and cool right there.
Because he's got that long neck.
That long neck. All right, here we go. Little stack. They're going to run a 1-4. Little stack.
The lead has changed hands 11 times. We're down to 50 seconds.
A big shot by Martin. They were playing his roomie really tough. The second option, Martin with the little curl move. Purdue will get the ball back.
There is a 13-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Henderson.
What a tough play.
How did he get in position to make the shot?
What a big play. See if Gene Katie gets a timeout to settle him for the last shot. Let's him just play.
Fight for the rebound and a foul on who? It will be against Indiana.
A little surprise there, but coaches have a different philosophy. Some say, let's play right in the flow and not get the TO, and others say, I want the timeout and set up the good shot. Now look at the offensive rebound by Martin. Wow, they get a little hold on that. Was that questionable with all the contact we've seen? Wow.
After they were throwing cross body blocks on each other, that was a little touchy.
Yeah, he got away with one right there.
Well, here's the situation. 19.6 seconds, and Martin at the line. 3 out of 5. Make it 3 out of 6. Now he can tie it, and Indiana could play for the last shot. Holy cow, what a ball game.
I thought that Purdue would have really done a better job with the basketball, even though they ended up with a good offensive rebound, and time management at the end becomes so big because they have timeouts available. Purdue has 3 and Indiana 2. Let's see if Indiana calls timeout. I would get a timeout.
Tied at 68.
I would get a timeout and want to set something up. The general's going to let him go right for the win. He's going to let him go right for the win.
Henderson.
We're going OT, baby. We're going OT. You know what? It's too cold outside anyway. I want to stay here. I want to work overtime. He wants to work overtime. He wants to work overtime. We all want to work overtime.
Well, we got it. 68-68. We will go to overtime with Indiana and Purdue. Both coaches decided not to call a timeout to set up a final shot. What do you think?
Well, as I said a little bit earlier, Mike, I would have utilized the timeout, and I'm not saying it now. I said it prior because I really believe in that. I think management of the game at the end is certainly essential, but Bobby Knight has had that philosophy throughout his career, and who's going to second-guess a guy with all his championship and wins? I also was surprised that Gene Katie didn't decide to call a timeout and get himself a better shot and be in control. But again, I've seen Dean Smith do that. I've seen a lot of coaches take the attitude of why the timeout. Our kids are prepared and practiced, but I personally would have called the timeout.
All right, 5 minutes back on the clock. Mike Patrick, Dick Vitale, our entire ESPN crew. Glad you could join us in West Lafayette. It has been a beauty. Henderson and Robinson, the 2 stars of the game. Robinson controls the tip, and Porter Roberts has the ball.
Usually the edge goes to the home team in an overtime game. Fatigue also, you think about Indiana coming off that game Sunday. They're trying to switch on Robinson every time he rotates inside. New people are in his face. Oh, and they missed him. A great screen for Robinson. That was a great baseline screen. Great baseline screen. They got to do a better job of getting Robinson free. He has to work for too many tough shots.
He has 26 points. I think Stanback was the guy who set the screen for him.
It was an excellent screen on that baseline.
Leary to Evans. Both teams trying to be very patient. Lindemann, great save, and he's fouled by Stanback, and that's going to be 5 on Stanback. Keep in mind that he's been in there because Brantley fouled out.
They got guys they can rotate in here. They got McNary. They got a kid named Williams who's played a lot in the past. Certainly not playing this year, but they have physical bodies to give them screening and give them a little rebound.
Yeah, but Dick, these are guys that haven't played all night long.
Exactly.
I mean, they're coming off the bench cold into this kind of an atmosphere.
But at least you're coming in with a little experience, though, Mike, if you have to make a change, which obviously you do with a guy fouling out. I thought that was a great screen, though, to get Robinson free on that baseline.
Remember, it was Lindemann who hit 2 big free throws at near the end of regulation. He is 2 out of 4, and this is Cornelius McNary, the 6'9" senior, who is a great shot blocker.
He's got a lot of experience. He really has disappeared in their rotation because of the improvement of Brantley, but he's a guy that comes on the floor with really a lot of experience over the years.
He's the 11th guy on the depth chart, if you can call it that, and that's tremendous depth for Gene Katie. Lindemann nearly banked that one in. Henderson with a rebound, tied up by Waddell. The possession arrow will give it back to Indiana.
See, I just hate this rule, the possession arrow. That should not come into play with a little bit of luck in terms of making decisions to win and lose games. Throw the ball up and let the refs have the right to throw it up and play for it.
4:03 to go, and shall we say the first overtime.
Bailey's been quiet. Roberts has really locked him up here late in the game.
And Leary has been the ball handler. Got it to Lindemann. He lost it on the way up, and it's Purdue basketball.
He wasn't ready for it right there. I was a little surprised, Lindemann. I mean, people are standing up like we can't see. They're in front of us. Oh, what a screen. They laid a bump on Henderson.
Purdue being very patient with 3:31 to go in the game. They're up by 2 in overtime.
See, right now, you want to get some screens. I would lay a real tough screen to get Robinson free.
Shot clock at 6. Conzo Martin leans into one. Didn't get the ball. Martin got it.
What a move by Martin with that tip in.
The lead is 4.
This possession big for Indiana. A crucial possession. They got to get a score out of here. Boy, is Roberts doing a job on Bailey.
Lindemann with a tip. But the rebounder Robinson.
That's a big play. Bring the ball back out. Use some clock. Manage the clock. The end of the game, time management. Smart play by Gene Katie and Purdue.
2:32 and counting.
And one of the unsung heroes right there with the ball, Porter Roberts. And not because of offense, defense.
Robinson, it won't count because Gene Katie signaled for a timeout from the sideline, and they gave it to him just before Robinson got the ball and turned and drilled the jumper.
Unbelievable. I'll tell you, what a job Roberts has done defensively.
He really has.
I mean, he has met the challenge of playing Bailey. He's used his superb quickness to keep Bailey from driving and slashing. What a fantastic matchup. Intrastate, the electricity, 2 great programs. Players graduate, players do it the right way. There's no cheating. This is what NCAA basketball is all about. Now watch right here, Martin. There's a little drive. Now watch him offensively get inside. There's the ball kept alive by his roommate. Play a little volleyball. Hey, G-Rob says, you're taking me out for dinner tonight, baby, because I just set that up for you.
Lindemann's done a great job in there tonight, but Martin quicker than Lindemann that time. As you see, 13 times the lead has changed hands. It's never been more than 10 points one way or another. It's been tied 5 times. Right now, Purdue with a 4-point lead in overtime, and the Boilers have the basketball.
What a special conference. You talk the ACC, the Big Ten. I mean, you talk about basketball heaven in terms of matchups. So much balance. Teams really get after each other. Look at these wackos with their 1,300 SATs. Look at them going bananas. I mean, they're going wacky. They had no school today. School was closed.
Hey, you and I had a 1300 SAT.
Yeah, combined.
That's right.
My 620 and your what?
No, my
680.
1200 and your 100.
I think you're right about that. You are right about that. But you know what? I've overachieved, baby.
4-point lead for Purdue, 2:25 to go in the game. A bucket here would be huge.
And they're going to lock him up here.
Robinson for three. Man.
Understanding a good shot, so important to winning close games.
Henderson. Tough baseline move, bad angle, shot won't go.
He really didn't get the good look at the basket. He was in deep, but he was in too deep. And as you said, Mike, he had no angle to kiss it on a glass.
And Gene Katie says spread it out, run the clock. Once down to 1:55.
Once some motion, they could spring somebody free for a layup. Bailey looks tired. 22, Bailey looks absolutely fatigued to me.
This is Dove.
Watch Martin against Bailey. Bailey looks really tired.
Shot clock at 7. Martin missed the jumper. Evans with the rebound, now loose. And the possession arrow will give it to Purdue.
Great hustle. Diving and clawing and scratching. I mean, tenacity. It's a style he has taught all his years. Bobby Knight and certainly Gene Katie.
So now a fresh 35 seconds on the shot clock.
Mike, what's your feeling? I don't like that alternate possession rule.
I don't like it either. I totally agree with you, Dick, and I really disagree that they took the 5-second closely guarded
yeah, I don't like that
out.
at all.
I don't like it. It penalizes defense, and I think you need it. Link Darner has come into the ballgame with a minute and a half left.
Now play for the high percentage shot. Nothing but something inside that's a short shot or basically where you're going to get fouled. Don't need the perimeter jumper.
Pat Graham reaches in on Roberts. The last guy you want to foul. He's hit 7 of his last 7 and is an 80% free throw shooter.
Bobby Knight's club has really lived on the foul line throughout the entire year. In fact, throughout his entire career. But tonight, Purdue's done an excellent job of containing them by keeping them away from that free throw line.
And it's not that they haven't played tough defense either, because they have.
Given a lot of help. Frank Kendrick, the assistant coach, was spotted him on the sideline. He was all fired up this afternoon. He was screaming and yelling about the fact that the big dog wasn't on the cover of Sports Illustrated. I said, wait a minute, what are you yelling at me for? He wanted to know, how come Bailey's on the cover of Sports Illustrated and not Mr. Robinson? I said, you got to win the big games. You win the big games, has the big night, he'll get on the cover. Roberts can make the lead 6 and does. Ties the biggest lead for the Boilermakers. A must possession. I mean, absolutely a must with a capital M. Leary's got Robinson on him. Bailey for 3. Purdue ball. What a big possession right there, coming up empty. Damon Bailey had been a non-factor in the second half. He tried to hit the 3 and missed. I think a little fatigue. Damon had the cramps against Michigan. And I also think a little bit too much tonight. Mr. Roberts. I think Mr. Roberts really did a super job defensively. Hart comes in defensively for Indiana with 1:04 to go. Robinson helping on the press, and he's fouled. There's the little push. That'll be 5 on Brian Evans. He makes these free throws. They can warm up the bus, baby. Call the bus driver, warm up the bus, head back to Bloomington. This will be history, baby. But you can count on the general having the Hoosiers back ready for Northwestern on a weekend. What a record this man has achieved. 11 Big Ten championships. NIT titles, gold medals in the Olympics. I mean, what else? He's done it all. He's done it all. For an overtime with 1:02 to go. Robinson, 26 points, 11 rebounds on the night. He makes this one, Mike. It's academic. It's history, unless you have one of those miracle, dramatic finishes. Indiana at this point needs 3 possessions. That's right, 3 times 3. That's 9. Yeah, 3 times 3. All right. They're gonna. He lost his shoe in the back court.
Leary blew a retread.
You look at Indiana, they couldn't even practice yesterday talking to people. 3 players, Leary, one of them with a knee. Could not really go full. This is right knee, a bit of a problem. Evans playing with a lot of guts and a lot of heart, playing with a bad shoulder. Bailey with all kinds of cramps.
Indiana, a 4-minute, 34-second scoring drought, and now they need the points desperately. Again, full court pressure.
And the reason for full court pressure is to take some time off the clock. Good move. They're not doubling up. They're putting some pressure on the ball, making Indiana have to work to use some time.
Leary leans into a jumper and hit it a huge 3, and a timeout for Indiana.
I don't think it was a 3. They give him a 3 on
They
that?
give Higgins signaled to the 3. We'll check with the official score in a moment. Indiana's cut the lead to 5 with a 3-pointer.
Well, watch Leary right now. Let's see. Is my buddy right, Mike? Is it a 3? Freeze it! Oh, yes. Look at the feet right here. They're behind the line. They're behind the line. Yes, yes. Look at the feet. Look at the feet. He's up. As long as both feet are behind the line. Yes, Michael, you're right. But you have an advantage. You have 2 eyes and I have 1. 3-point shot.
76-71. Here's the reach in, the foul against Robinson.
Gene Katie wants the intentional, but again, that clarification, they're going for the ball. Now he gets down to free throws. Bus driver's calming down a little bit now. He's not turning the key on just yet. He's trying to say, should I warm it up? I am halfway. I mean, it was warmed up a minute ago, but now he's thinking as he goes to the line.
Of course, there is that change in the rule this year that even if you are playing the ball, they can call it the intentional foul. Let's go to John Saunders right now. We'll be right back.
All right, Mike, we just want to remind everyone that Kentucky and Florida in the SEC just set to tip it off. They, as you see, are now underway. As soon as you are done in this battle in Indiana, looks like Purdue's going to hang on. We will get you out to the SEC. Right now, let's go back to Mike and Dave.
All right, thank you, John. Robinson has hit 9 out of 10 from the line. He has 29 points.
He's been sensational on the line when he needed him. He's been big, John Saunders. He's been big fella. He can play.
Lead back to 7. Indiana still needs 3 possessions. Leary from a mile out.
That bus is getting hotter and hotter by the moment, baby. This one's over. Goes in the books. A win that Purdue needed at home.
If Purdue holds this lead, there will no longer be any undefeated teams remaining in the Big Ten standings. The top 6 will have 1 loss.
We've all talked about the fact I've heard Larry Conley and Clark Kellogg, Billy Raftery, John Saunders. We've all talked about the fact in the Big Ten there isn't a clear-cut knockout, baby. It is unbelievable the balance that exists in the league.
We told you at the beginning of the game how Indiana had made a living off the free throw line. Tonight, Purdue has made the living. They lead Indiana by 10 from the stripe.
Well, think about this. They're 8 for 17, and they normally go to the line, Bobby Knight's club, 36 times a game.
And make 74% of them.
Wow, you're going to win a lot of games doing that.
Indiana down to the point of desperation, taking the threes and calling timeout.
Clock stops on the last minute of action with a score, but he gets the timeout so that he can substitute, and he can also right now set up strategy. You cannot substitute after the ball goes in the net unless you call the timeout.
30.7 seconds to go, and it's 80-73. Indiana with 1 timeout remaining. Dick, this is a huge win for Purdue, especially coming off their only loss against Wisconsin when Glenn Robinson didn't play that well.
Exactly. They needed this big win. Oh, there's Glenn's mom and dad. His stepdad to the right. Look at his mom. She's so proud. She says, that's my son, the big dog. And there he is. He's made mom proud tonight.
And we've got a holding call.
Clem Haskins will be mighty proud, too. Yesterday, Gene Katie, who was a head coach at Western Kentucky when Clem was an assistant, was singing his praises. Look at Gene. He knows he's got a W. Come on, Gene, smile. Pat's watching at home. Give us a smile, Gene. He said it's just another day at the office. Look at him. Look at Bobby right now working on Tommy O'Neal. Oh, he says yes. Look, taps him on the back. Look how gentle he is. He's gentle, Robert Montgomery.
Robinson goes to the line. Chance to extend the lead. And finally does something wrong.
I think you'd have one of the biggest scoops in all of basketball if Glenn Robinson were to come back next year. I think with the trend of people leaving early, I think it's lock city that he will be the #1 pick of the NBA draft. Long arms, multi-talent. I think Gene would be the first to tell him as well. Come on, guys. Come on, I want to get ready down to Kentucky and Florida. This is called procrastination. Is that the word?
That's correct.
No, did I use the right word?
Yes, you did.
Wow, I'm not a dummy after all.
The jury may still be out.
Oh, shit.
30.7 seconds.
You're so fun.
Just kidding.
I know you are. I'm going to think three, but watch the perimeter defense. Purdue's done an excellent job with perimeter defense.
Henderson will try the three. Tip won't go. Purdue basketball. And with 19.2 seconds to go, the Boilermakers have wrapped it up. They've hit 9 out of 10 from the free throw line here in overtime.
Well, the engine on the bus has been started. The bus is all warmed up. They're getting ready to party in West Lafayette.
Dick, I'll give you credit for this. When we were talking about the game earlier, you said you thought Purdue would be able to win this ball game at home.
Well, I felt they would win this game. I thought basically you're looking at Purdue to win here because had they not won this game here, they don't beat Indiana down in Bloomington the second time. But now they go down to Bloomington with a lot of confidence. You know, my heart really goes out to all those people down in Los Angeles. It's unbelievable to think the act of nature causing such an unbelievable moment. And we're going there tomorrow morning. We're flying out to LA for that big matchup, Arizona-UCLA. UCLA certainly has a chance this week to finish as the #1 team in the nation.
Absolutely tragic circumstances out there as Leary misses the desperation three. And now Robinson will draw another foul with 8 seconds to go. So this will take Purdue's record to 15-1 overall. 3-1 in the Big Ten. Indiana will fall to 10-3, 3-1 in the conference. Huge win for Gene Katie, and a tough loss on the road in the battle for the championship of the state for the Hoosiers. There will be a rematch later in Bloomington. Robinson with 31.12 rebounds. Now 32, and 8 of them have come in overtime.
If I were given a midseason report now and I had to pick my All-American team, I would go Robinson, my power forward. Look at Frank Kendrick with the big hug. He said, I recruited the big dog. And oh, did he respond tonight.
Larry hits the three.
He likes those threes late in the game.
83-76, too little, too late.
Good, the ref didn't make that call. Good, speed it up. What a great, great night, Mike.
Tremendous effort by Purdue. The Boilermakers beat Indiana in overtime 83-76.